The common room of Proctor's house 8 days later. At the right is a door opening on the fields outside. A fireplace is at the left, and behind it a stairway leading upstairs. It is the low, dark, and rather long living room of the time. As the curtain rises, the room is empty. From above, Elizabeth is heard softly singing to the children. Presently the door opens, and John Proctor enters, carrying his gun. He glances about the room as he comes toward the fireplace, then halts for an instant as he hears her singing. He continues on to the fireplace, leans the gun against the wall as he swings a pot out of the fire and smells it. Then he lifts out the ladle and tastes. He is not quite pleased. He reaches to a cupboard, takes a pinch of salt, and drops it into the pot. As he is tasting again, her footsteps are heard on the stair. He swings the pot into the fireplace and goes to a basin and washes his hands and face. Elizabeth enters.
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
We're planting far out on the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then.
Aye, the farm is seated, the boy is asleep.
They will be soon.
And she goes to the fireplace, proceeds to ladle up stew in a dish. Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am.
She brings the plate to the table and indicating the food.
It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No, she walked into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she come to visit.
Oh, that's a good sign, walking in.
Pray God, it hurt my heart to strip her, poor rabbit.
She sits and watches him taste it. It's well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender?
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacob's heifer. How would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
He gets up, goes to her, kisses her. She receives it. With a certain disappointment, he returns to the table. Cider, Elizabeth with a sense of reprimanding herself for having forgot.
Aye.
She gets up and goes and pours a glass for him. He now arches his back. This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
It must be.
Proctor takes a drink, then puts the glass down. You ought to bring some flowers in the house.
Oh, I forgot. I will tomorrow.
It's winter in here yet. On Sunday, let you come with me, and we'll walk the farm together. I never see such a load of flowers on the earth. With good feeling he goes and looks up at the sky through the open doorway. Lilacs have a purple smell. Lilac is the smell of nightfall, I think. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
There's a pause. She's watching him from the table as he stands there absorbing the night. It is as though she would speak, but cannot. Instead now, she takes up his plate and glass and fork and goes with them to the basin. Her back is turned to him. He turns to her and watches her. A sense of their separation rises. I think you're sad again, are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
Well, I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? You...
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her to go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says, weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There be 14 people in the jail now, she says.
Proctor simply looks at her, unable to grasp it.
And they'll be tried, and the court have power to hang them too, she says.
Oh, they'd never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. She speak of Abigail, and I thought she were a saint to hear her. Abigail brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if they scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching them.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is, surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did. Now Elizabeth, quietly fearing to anger him by prodding, says,
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
"Aye, they must. They must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it."
Good. Then let you think on it.
She stands and starts to walk out of the room. "I'm only wondering how I may prove that what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it's not easy to prove she's fraud and the town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone,
Why, then, it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after." Elizabeth quietly, she suddenly lost all faith in him.
Do as you wish, then.
"Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no.
I'll not have it.
And let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?"
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you think to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I have forgot Abigail,
And I.
and spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I've gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she's gone. I've not moved from there to there without I think to please you, and still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted every moment judged for lies, as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with the crowd, you said. Now you.
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I'm only.
No more. I should have roared you down when first you told me your suspicion, but I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed! Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not. And let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me, and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. He turns suddenly toward a sound outside. He starts for the door as Mary Warren enters. As soon as he sees her, he goes directly to her and grabs her by the cloak, furious.